say 5 minutes, but I'll take 10. So, okay, so you all get down here, right? You understand what this .f, .env, right, gem does, right? And it's a gem, it's a Ruby gem that loads, the content of the .env file. And .env Rails, just the gem that integrate the .env gem with Rails. So, this line here just means that it set up, right? It call the function that load .env file for you after requiring this gem. Okay, so what you should have is something like this. This is local, but now on production it's very similar. This is local, right? If I upload a file now, products new. If I upload a file, hello, and let's click this standard. I'm going to pick an image, maybe this one. Oh. So that's me. All right. So let's say, right, there's a different problem here, which is image resizing, and if we have, so I'll mention that after this. So let's inspect what's the what does it go to? Copy image address or open image in new tab. I click there, and you see that this is on Amazon, right? It's on the bucket, and yes, very handsome, I know. And then there's something. If you keep looking, right? Right now, this file is public access, so there's no token, this long string. So how does Amazon serve this file? When I just uploaded, if you look at this browser, it actually, instead of your public folder, the files are in here, right? Upload product image, and what's the ID of that file, that product? This ID is the biggest one, right? So I think the ID is 16, and this is the file name. Who knows how to change this file name? That's not me. What's the ID? I think someone else uploaded the flower, right? Very good. So what's the ID that I just did? Let me try to find it. Product.last. Come on. .id. 11. All right. So let's try. I bet this is me, baby, right? That's the name of the baby, right? Okay. So you notice that this is the one that comes with the token. This is access token. It expires, the maximum you can set it is 7 days. After that, if you give this link to someone else, it will not work. So, do you know how to customize the file name? You understand how Carrier Wave decided to put this in uploads product image 11? That's because of the Carrier Wave AWS gem. The Carrier Wave gem. Where's that file? Okay, we set it up in image uploader. Okay, so I comment out storage fork here because I don't want to override the storage setting. Storage settings actually AWS right now, just different adapters, right? Where is it set? It's in the carrier initializer file. You see this storage? So this carrier-AWS gem provide us a way to set this kind of storage, and it will know how to write to files. All the storage handler or adapter, right? So again, you can make it very explicit. Make sure you comment out the file thing, otherwise it's safe to file. Very explicit, put it here, or you can just remove it and it use the default. That makes sense, right? But you see the store dear folder, it's still being used, right? So uploads product is the name of the model. So model.class, and then you can convert the class name to string, and then if it's the class name with 2 words, it put an underscore in between, and then there's a mounted as. That's just an extra method. It's kind of nice. It know what kind of file it is. In this case, it's an image. It's not necessary, but the default is nice, right? And it put it in the ID here. So, however, there's one other method that is useful. You can overwrite the file name of the uploaded file here. So if you want, you can set it to be something. For example, I can set it to be product.id.jpg. How do I do that? I just do model.id.jpg, right? So I can say like product, for example. Then it just rename it accordingly. This has the benefit of sorting, things in the order you want. Sometimes you want the name of the product to be the file name. Obviously, if I do product ID, then maybe I want to get rid of this folder, right? 11, because there's only one file in it, right? So your choice. The default is pretty good. The default is just put it in this one product, one folder, 11 here. When do we have more than one file? Does anyone know? This is the original file. What if you want a thumbnail? What if you want a square file? What if you want a cropped version, right? There are two ways to do it. One is to use a library that just process that image on the fly. It means when you need it, it will create that file for you. And there's a gem for that. It's called Dragonfly, and it's for image, and but some people like it. But obviously that's terrible performance. That's okay, but it's very convenient to code, right? When you say give me a thumbnail 200 by 200, and then the gem just basically process it using image magic, but then it just gives you the file. And then you say, give me that file again. Dragonfly or any of these guys are very smart. It just cached the file already, so it's very fast. So if your product, if your website requires so many versions, 200 by 200, 100 by 300, then you might like that gem. It's very nice. So Dragonfly. In this case, my product listing page, where is it? I know I only need, I need the square guy all the time, 200 by 200. So maybe when you upload an image, I just cut that file and save it. That's very common, right? So how do we do that with Carrier Wave? Okay, very good. So uncomment, there's a method here called process. So this is it. It knows how to, if you just tell it to scale down to 200 by 300, there's some parameters you can read. It's very convenient. It can process the file for you. This is very common. Create not just an original version, create a thumb version. So I'm just gonna add this thumb version, okay? So if I do this, right? When I run Rails server, load up Rails, and let's say my latest product, I just created it, right? And a.image is provided by my Carrier Wave, right? Right. So normally you can do .url. It points you to the Amazon URL. That's very nice. You can say .path. I think, I don't know. Then it just saves you, give you the end part. And however, because you have different version. So with this guy, then it can give you the thumb. It's just another instance of the image loader, right? Then now you can do .url, and it's supposed to be a thumb baby. You see that? This is just the versioning, the default. It's just how it decides to store the file names. Obviously, if I use it now, what happened? The file doesn't exist. Right? So when you add this later in your project, you have to generate the thumbs for all the past records. Who know how to do that? Okay, so maybe I search for the word generate. Let's see if recreate version or something like that. Create version here, right? So you can say recreate version here. So you can write a reg task, and then it would do that for all the product, right? So I can say product.each and .all.each. But in this case, I want to create this thumb baby file .image .recreate and recreate versions. Here I'm trying to use the autocomplete versions. Okay, enter. It calls image magic you can either install Graphic Magic or Image Magic. It's not. Huh? Why do you think it crashed? There's a resize to fit, and we don't have that method. Uh-oh. Huh? No. Why? Because I did not include this guy, right? This I did not include. So two of this, right? You're like, oh, which one do I use? Normally, as you have more experience with the framework, you can decide. Yeah. Okay. Similar to when I told you don't use fog. It's just more complicated. Someone saw fog and is like, okay, I'm going to write something simpler, and it is simpler. It's called Carrier Wave AWS. In this same scenario, this person said, hey, use my mini magic. It uses less memory than our magic. Ruby processes. It's simpler here. This is very complicated. Image handling always take a lot of processing power. So I include that. This module give me the resize to fit and a lot more method, right? So because I include that, maybe I should reload this. Let's see if it works. I load the last product. Uh-oh. I don't have mini magic. Oh yeah, so I have to include in the file. I'm not on the latest branch. So you need to do mini magic here. To do that, who added this and it works? No one, right? So we'll do it together here. If it works, then this is the work of the entire class. Okay, let's run it. So let's see if there are other options. This is the most common, right? This is the, if you do process resize to fit 800, it means you don't care about the user's original file. When the user upload to you, you only save it to fit in 800 by 800 pixel, right? That's 1.6 megabyte. 6.4. Huh? Sorry. Yeah. So there are. The resolution and the what's that different resolution, different dimension, right? That's why they provide you resize to fit or resize to fill. So fit, it means, let's say if I have a rectangle, resize to fit, it will take the longest one and fit that inside. So then the rest of the space is actually a gap. It's like you can decide that's a black color or a white color. There's a setting. But if you say resize to fill, it means it resizes enough, but then it probably will crop it and then fill. Then it resizes to the smaller dimension. So play with it, and obviously you have to read for more options. There's a crop, which is not resize at all. You just crop it, and you can say crop the top part or the bottom part or the middle part. Right? When you upload your avatar to Facebook or to other places. Nowadays it's fancy. You can use a JavaScript plugin that allow you to resize, but in some other app they still basically you upload and they resize it for you. They crop it. You can tell it to crop with a mask, which is just circle. That's called a mask, right? You say resize, not resize, but crop with mask. So Mini Magic can do all of that. Image Magic, and you can look up the gem instruction. I can't remember it now, but so okay, so we reinstall that, right? And let me just restart the server here, but let me reload Rails console. Did we have it over here? Okay, let's load Rails console here. Whoops. And we do that. Get the latest product, which is my baby picture, right? And then I say a.image.recreate versions. You ready? You see, even just a stupid image, that's just taking a long time. Yo, so it runs that. So what happens if I go to the browser? If I go to a.image.thumb.url, It's here. I can open this guy. How do you open it? Does anyone know? I just run open this URL and it doesn't let me open. Oh, okay, so I need to put it in. Ta-da, right? It's saved this file to a very small thumbnail. And if you look at this guy, if you reload this page, I hope it's here. I will be very embarrassed if it's not here. Oh no, it's not here. Where did it go? I need baby and baby thumb. Okay, now we can go home. Right? Earlier it was just, this browser is very bad. So because this browser is bad, so if you search S3 browser, there are many tools. For example, this is the client. It's a Mac app or Windows app. Download this. You insert the keys, and it will load the bucket for you. Some people will also use the Chrome extension, right? And then some can actually use the command line version. Command line is also easy. Install a gem, and then it can display all the files in there. But I think the easiest option is just to install a Chrome plugin. Right? It's faster to get to compared to this awkward browser up here. Yeah? Any question? Okay. There's one more question you should ask, but no one asked. So I'll ask for you. Right? You will ask, soon. What if I want many images for a product? Why didn't anyone ask me that? So, if you go to the schema file, right now, you have an image column. It's a string, right? This string store the path to the Amazon place, right? This is a string. Okay, sometimes it actually includes all the extra token, like access token, blah, 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 and then it expires 2 days from now. But this only supports for one product. If I want to add more images for this product, for example, if you create an app that let people visit Da Nang and you create Da Nang as a city, you don't want an image, you just want a gallery there, right? So in that case, obviously you create something called Rails generate, right, resource. But let's say in this, we call them product image as a model. You can call them that or call something else, maybe product, photo, right? So maybe photo, that's it. And then in here you say product, you can say product integer, and here's the image string column. Then now you can have as many as you want. Of course, normally with this integer you do product colon references, so it automatically add photo belongs to product and add the foreign key. Image column here works as usual. Now in your form, your form is a lot more complicated. Your form can no longer be, where's the form, guys? Product new, right? You cannot do this file field like this anymore. So you can use some jQuery plugin to allow user to drag and drop a lot of images. The whole idea is that you want people to submit this to a list of images, right? So technically, if I have this as product has many photos, here, so I can do this as fields for f.fields for photos do, and then this is field or photo, you can name it whatever, but down in here it's called field. Then you can submit multiple images. Of course, for this to work, you need to run at least one. This is called, this is object, this is your product. You say .photos.build. So you need to create one extra row. Okay? So when you handle this and you get stuck, you can tell me. But the idea is that now you can submit a list of images. And beautiful jQuery plugin. I think what's it, jQuery upload, something like that. You just drag and drop a lot of images and find them. It's called multiple upload or something. Okay, good luck with your project.